Hi, welcome to 7 Facts. This is the channel that holds the largest collection of facts about every country, state or territory in the world. Before we begin, I ask you to click the subscribe button. I upload 3 times a week, every week, so there's plenty of content. New Caledonia is a special collectivity of France in the southwest Pacific Ocean, about 1200 kilometers east of Australia. What makes it special? Well, as a result of the Noumea Accord in 1998, the territory gained a special status as a promise by the French government to grant political power to the locals until a referendum for independence was to be held in 2018. More on that later. The territory consists of several islands that combined have an area similar to that of Wales. Almost 270,000 people call this place home, and they are a mix of several ethnicities, like the indigenous Kanak, Europeans, Polynesians and Southeast Asians. The number of languages spoken is surprisingly large. Besides French, there are 28 Kanak languages, plus Javanese, Vietnamese, Indonesian, Filipino, Chinese, and others. While the islands have been inhabited for at least 3,600 years, Europeans had no idea this place even existed until 1774, when Captain James Cook first sighted New Caledonia. He was the one who named it New Caledonia, because the northeast of the island reminded him of Scotland. Caledonia is the Latin name for Scotland. From 1853, under the orders of Napoleon III, Admiral Febvrier Despointes took formal possession of New Caledonia and founded the city of Port-de-France, which today is Noumea. A few dozen free settlers started a new colony in the following years, but New Caledonia was soon to be designated as a penal colony. From the 1860s until the end of the transportations in 1897, about 22,000 criminals and political prisoners were sent to New Caledonia. This place had by far the largest number of convicts detained in overseas penitentiaries. But once the penal colony ceased to exist, the vast majority of these convicts went back home. For a long time, the local Kanak people were used on sugar plantations found elsewhere. Most were indentured or forced to work by various methods of trickery and deception, a practice called blackbirding. But even after this practice stopped, the Kanak were excluded from the French economy and from mining work, ultimately confined to reservations. This sparked a violent reaction in 1878 as High Chief Atal of La Foa managed to unite many of the central tribes and launched a guerrilla war which cost 200 Frenchmen and 1,000 Kanaks their lives. A second guerrilla war took place in 1917. In addition, just like elsewhere, Europeans brought new diseases such as smallpox and measles, of which many natives died. As a result, the Kanak population declined from around 60,000 in 1878 to 27,000 in 1921, and their numbers did not increase again until the 1930s. Today, 39% of New Caledonians remain ethnic Kanaks. Noumea is the capital and largest city of the French special collectivity of New Caledonia. The city is home to most of the territory's European, Polynesian, Indonesian and Vietnamese population. Noumea was founded to ensure control of the island ahead of Britain, and for many years it functioned as a penal colony. Over time, the city evolved into one of the most important ports in the area. During World War II, Noumea served as the headquarters of the US military in the South Pacific, and it boosted its status and development. As of today, Noumea is one of the most rapidly growing cities in the Pacific and has experienced a major construction boom. In 1946, New Caledonia became an overseas territory, and 7 years later, French citizenship was granted to all New Caledonians, regardless of ethnicity. The European and Polynesian populations gradually increased in the years to come, and the Melanesians became a minority, though they were still the largest ethnic group. Between 1976 and 1988, conflicts between French government actions and the Kanak independence movement saw periods of severe violence and disorder, culminating in 1998 with a bloody hostage-taking. In 1983, a statute of enlarged autonomy for the territory proposed a 5-year transition period and a referendum in 1989. But by 1984, the Kanak resistance, Front Indépendantiste, seized farms and the Front de Libération Kanak Socialiste formed a provisional government. In 1985, the French socialist government offered sovereignty to the Kanaks and legal protection for European settlers, but the plan faltered as violence escalated. The government declared the state of emergency, however regional elections went ahead and the Socialist Liberation Front won control of 3 out of the 4 provinces. The center-right government elected in France started to erode the arrangement established under the socialists, redistributing lands mostly without consideration of native land claims, resulting in over 2/3 going to Europeans. By the end of 1987, roadblocks, gun battles and the destruction of property culminated in a dramatic hostage-taking. Pro-independent militants killed 4 gendarmes and took 27 hostages. The military response resulted in 19 Kanak deaths and another 3 deaths in custody. After these incidents, it was agreed that a transition period will follow that will gradually transfer power to the local government. The referendum for independence is set to be held on November 4, 2018, after which New Caledonia may become the youngest country on the planet. In case you didn't know, crows are among the most intelligent animals on this planet. And New Caledonia has its own species that is remarkably clever, similar to that of some primates, the New Caledonian crow. This species is capable of using stick tools in the wild by finding small twigs and probing them into holes in logs to extract insects and larvae. They are also able to manufacture tools by breaking twigs off bushes and trimming them to produce functional stick tools. The crows can also make leaf tools by tearing rectangular strips off the edges of leaves. This species is also capable of solving a number of sophisticated cognitive tests, which suggest that it is particularly intelligent. The New Caledonian crow is the only non-primate species for which there is evidence of cumulative cultural evolution in tool manufacturing. That is, this species appear to have invented new tools by modifying existing ones, then passing these innovations to other individuals in the cultural group. As a result of these findings, the New Caledonian crow has become a model species for scientists trying to understand the impact of tool use and manufacture on the evolution of intelligence. Vaux is a commune in the North Province of New Caledonia. It's a mining settlement that's not particularly interesting, except for one thing. There's a mangrove swamp which has developed some unusual natural designs. The most intriguing one is a perfect heart shape called the Heart of Vaux. Due to the saline flats around the mangrove that have relatively little plant life, when seen from above, they create a practically perfect heart shape. Photographer Ian Arthurs Bertrand took the first picture and used it on the cover of his book, which made this heart-shaped mangrove a world-renowned landscape. These were 7 facts about New Caledonia. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Share your thoughts downstairs in the comment section, and afterwards check me out on Facebook and Twitter. A good way to offer more support to this channel is through Patreon, link in the description. I hope to see you next time. Bye.